Hey folks, how is it going tonight? It is Sunday, December 17th, 9 p.m., so it's time to play some D&T. As you'll see in the title of this stream, I have a fun name for this build. It's called PEPCORN. This this harkens back to an old deck from a legendary D&T streamer who went by the name of Bara. Mark Beck Koenig was his actual name. He's a guy from Denmark who played a deck that he called Spicy Popcorn. That was kind of built around. It was a creature deck. It was a vile creature deck. I think it was Esper, if I remember right, back when Deathray Shaman was legal. So quite a while ago. Um, that was actually built around an old D&T. I hesitate to call staple. We played it because we had to, because the Grixis control matchup was really bad in like 2018. But Hollowed Spirit Keeper was the card that the deck was really built around, and it involved 4 main deck Cabal Therapy. I'm cheating a little bit. Mine are in the sideboard. Maybe I'll put some in the main at some point. But we're going to play 4, and I'm going to call my build PEPCORN. And if you know what that is referencing, good on ya. And if you don't, I can give you a link. Thank you for the source link, Katie. Give me 1 second for my dog. I'm back. Anyway, so yeah, this is what we're going to be playing tonight. This is the same list as this past Thursday. I just did the irresponsible thing and cut the 2 mind break traps. We'll see how it goes. We are now at least at the point where we don't have a single card in our sideboard that only comes in against combo, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna give it a shot and see if we can even board in 4 against control. We probably can. I'm just not sure what we're going to be cutting. The based thing, yeah. I mean, that's definitely another valid thing to call it. I don't like Mind Break Drop, but sometimes you have to play it, but I don't like it. D. Neely has been known to play Maverick in the past. According to MTG Goldfish, they were last seen playing Rhinos, huh? That's interesting. Well, we'll see. We would probably bring in Therapy against Rhinos. I doubt we'd bring it in against Maverick. Let's reveal my companion, and this hand's alright. It's actually decent enough against either of the 2 decks he's likely to be playing, so I'll keep it. Oh, excuse me. Polluted Delta definitely smells more like Rhinos. Although that's a weird fetch for Rhinos. Because I'm pretty sure Rhinos lists play Basic Forest. So I'm less sure of what that might be. I'm just going to go ahead and get a Plains here. Stoneforge, that's not too bad. I'm going to wait on the Stoneforge, I think, just in case this is an end step Violent Outburst. Okay. It is nothing of the sort in multiple ways. Cool. Alright, Stoneforge it is. Feeling that this could be honestly I'll get Cauldra. Cauldra and Batterskull are both really good against Rhinos. I'm not super worried about not being able to cast a Batterskull, given how slow their hand is and given how my hand looks. So, okay, definitely not Rhinos. We figured it out. Push could be scam. It could be anything really. So. We got green mana. I don't want to put Yorion into my hand here because then we just discard. So I'll just cast Jita and pass. It's just an end-step Bowmasters. It's a Sauron's Ransom. Okay. We've learned nothing. I think I'm putting Murderous Cut something up. I think Wasteland here. I want to tempt them to take face-up cards because I don't want him to take the Mystic Sanctuary. This Murderous Cut Wasteland feels probably good enough for that. Yeah. Damn. Alright. Sanctuary will unfortunately probably be putting Ransom back on top. Yep. Rats. The Murderous Cut is interesting. It kind of seems like a beans deck potentially. Or no, I'm gonna do. There we go. Here's the Bayou that we knew about. All right. So no Ransom has been cast yet. I mean, I guess we're still passing. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Here's a bean. Probably. I don't really care about my Jita getting Wither Bloomed. So I think I just do this. I think I would be I would be pretty fine if he takes that pile. If he doesn't and takes the bean, that's even better because we have the Lauren for it. Yeah, I'm fine with this. It's possible I should have. If I go Witherbloom Misty. No, I think that just. If I go Witherbloom Misty, then I think he's almost certainly taking. I think Brainstorm Beanstalk is probably too good of 2 cards to give. Like, if my Lauren gets forced and then the Beanstalk just goes on for a while, that could definitely be a problem. So. This looks like. Oh, he has a bean anyway. Okay. I'm realizing now, I think this is the Pokemoki deck. maybe? Maybe not quite. It's looking similar to that deck, at least. I'm gonna get some lands out of my deck. Nice. That would be revealing the green splash, but that is fine. Yep, I'll just pass. 2 beanstalks dealt with. He's almost halfway through his deck and still hasn't produced a threat of any kind. Feeling all right. Sure. Okay. You got it. Is both of those right? No, the Wither Bloom command hasn't been used yet. Might not even be in his hand anymore. We'll see. All right, we'll start with an attack here. I'm guessing this is going to prompt a Bowmaster, which it does. And that is fine by me. We'll try to cast this again. Might get forced this time. I'd be a little surprised if it doesn't on a 6-card hand with 31 cards in it. Or 31 cards left in deck. Yeah, okay. Force Pitch Murktide. I'll take that. And I don't think I'm doing... No, I'm not doing anything else. I'd like to draw a Recruiter or something. A Recruiter or Skyclave. I just want to... If I deal with the Beanstalks, the rest of the deck is really not a problem at all, so... And we're already down to... One got discard to the Ransom, another died to the Lauren, so... Is this... It's not a Murktide. What is this? Oh, draw a billion. Got it. I hope he plays a Murktide here. Finally start getting some of these cards out of my hand. Doesn't even attack, huh? Alright, go to cleanup. Delta, sure. Boring. I guess that I will cast one of these because I have so much removal right now. And this doesn't die to push. Is this a murderous cut? It does die to murderous cut. Yep. What got exiled? Just lands. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's going to have to present a lot of pressure very quickly, and one of the Murktides is already gone, so it's looking potentially fine. Yeah, just keep cantripping. I don't care. Kind of laughing that this Murktide is going to draw a card and make it so that he's still at 8 cards and has to discard end his turn. So I am just gonna wait, probably. Oh, what is this? Green black. Oh, Bowmaster to prevent that. Okay, sure. In that case, we'll go to the end step. And now I don't mind just using my mana. Spell Pierce? That's messed up. Okay. This deck might have days, so I'm going to untap now. Start with the swords. Cool. I will just pass then. I'll take the 2. I'm probably flashing this in end step. Yeah, I am. Gonna kill the Bowmaster and not the Orc Army, because if I hit the Orc Army, then they can just cast their own Bowmaster and then things are bad. Ooh. That's a nice draw. This feels like a Bowmaster out of their hand. Yep, it's likely. Yep, cool. Cool. I'm fine with that. I think I'm only really annoyed by a second, or I guess like another Bowmaster here, because then I don't get to Jite. Oh, is this hard cast Force of Will? Okay, sure. Got it. Okay. This Fatal Push. Deal. I could Wisp the army token. I think I don't mind that actually. A good creature to put a Jite on against the X ones on the ground. I can't ignore this pressure at 14 life. I think would this? I guess this Withering Bloom probably wouldn't have been cast yet, so it could still be in their hands. I'm just gonna keep it here so I at least remember it, because there's a decent chance that they're gonna find it at some point, given how much of their deck they've been through. even if they put it back with a brainstorm. Okay, yeah, there it is. Oh, please waste my Caracas. Yes, got him. If I remember right, and if I'm right about this being a Pokemoki deck, he does weirdly have Daze in it. So, oh, that's annoying. Never mind. I guess we can still get Dazed. So that's why I didn't want to just slam the Cauldron there. Now I think maybe I just cast Yorion here with Caracas up. Oh, that's better. That's a better card to cast. The 2/2 illusion here could definitely be a problem. But I thankfully have a lot of good blockers for it here. I might just cast Yorion next turn with Caracas up as the blocker. Maybe I have to Solitude just to be safe. I'm not sure yet. 9 is a low life total. Oh, that's better. Yeah, now I can just pass with both of these up then. I think I'll go for the Solitude. Is this Hardcast Force? It is Hardcast Force. It's going to be annoying if this gets dazed, but I think we might just have to live with it so that we can cast... Oh, whoops. That has to tap for black mana. There we go. So that we can cast our Cauldron next turn, potentially. Yeah, okay. So weird that this deck has daze in it. I really don't think you need to cast a Brainstorm there. Yeah, we'll just cast Yorion here as a blocker. Unfortunately, they can... Assuming they put the Sanctuary back into their deck, they can Sanctuary for an Edict. We can bounce it, and then we still kind of need to draw something. Unfortunately, Batterskull would have been a lot better than this Cauldron. There's potentially an argument for just not even exiling the beans with the Skyclave, just putting it into play as a 2/2. Oh, and then we get drained for 2. Bummer. Okay. All right. I think that this matchup is very, very winnable. I think probably made some mistakes there, but I think we are going to be okay. What do I not want? Jite's not good in this matchup. Thalia is not very good. I'm going to think about all of these therapies. Although this is definitely a matchup where a lot of our deck is better than it would be normally, so we might not go for the therapies. All right, do I want these battles? I haven't really thought through that hard what the boarding is supposed to look like when most of these decks are killing you with Murktides and not Uros. Because that makes things a bit different. This 5 for this 5 is at least pretty clean. I feel like we should be able to. We should probably be able to fit at least a couple of these in. I like Sash. All these, most of these cards are good. Wisp is probably the odd one out as a not a great card. I don't know if I'm boarding out all of them for 3 therapies, but it is an option. Therapy is for not just Doomsday. The idea with therapy is that it's it is a card that is good against combo in general, while also being a card you can bring in against the Bean control decks. This is tough. This might just be it. I think it's worth trying. Yeah. I would love to play first. What do we got? Cool. This is a little weak to a Wasteland, annoyingly, and this Teeg isn't castable. But I think the upside here is too high to really be worrying about that. What do we got? Oh, if I just take this Lorien Revealed, they can't cast anything. That's pretty tempting, but obviously it's a lot worse if they just draw a land at any point, and we don't necessarily put on that much pressure. So that's probably a bit aggressive of a take. If I take the Dismember, then this Stoneforge is almost certainly getting through, which is pretty nice. They would have to draw a pretty specific set of cards for that Murderous Cut to be online in time. Not taking the Beanstalk is obviously a potential problem. We don't really line up that well against it. But yeah, I think it's the Dismember. I think the upside of getting this Stoneforge into play against that hand is pretty high. So there's the Swamp. And just cycling right away? Yeah, sure. Another Wasteland. Okay. Cauldra. Drop and ponder. Okay. Interesting. Still can't cast Murderous Cut. They cast find a Fatal Push. Another Dismember. What's going on? Yeah, another Dismember. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Casting the first Bowmasters can be a little iffy, especially because they have Murderous Cut in their hand, though, so I don't think that's really going to matter much. I think you just got to put the pressure on. Yep. All right. Let's put Yorion in our hand. Unfortunately, our hand doesn't really do much after that. Them having the second Dismember was a... Ooh, there we go. It was a little bit of a bummer, but now I feel better. So there's two options here, assuming... Okay, this just gets forced anyway. Force Pitch, Murktide, sure. Okay. The options are basically going to be get a Lauren to deal with this Beanstalk when it comes around, or just get a Stoneforge to threaten the Cauldron again. I was leaning towards the Stoneforge, but then we didn't have to make that decision, so... Oh boy, they are not having a good time over there, huh? And now I get to cast this D&Teeg. White and green. Either Bowmaster or Beanstalk, presumably. Witherbloom commands. They are draining me and then milling themselves to get a land back. Got it. They had their other Witherbloom commands, notably. And they... What are they? They got back the tropical island that I wasted earlier. Okay, got it. We got Swords to Plowshares, 4 days. There's the trop. Yep. Beanstalk resolves. Alright, I didn't need the second Teeg. I could waste here, but I think that's getting a little too greedy, so I'm just going to pass. I think I'm going to attack first. Yep. Yep, that is fine, so I will just go ahead and bounce it. And I'll play it again. And what am I discarding here? really wanted another white source. Yeah, okay. That is fine. I do not believe that this Cauldra is going to come into play this game, so I'm just going to bottom that. I'm just going to bin that. I think it's either that or the Yorion, most likely. We could maybe get rid of one of the swords. I don't think that's ridiculous, but I don't know. Sometimes, as we saw kind of in the first game, a lot of times these games just come down to a lot of them casting a bunch of cards, basically getting a threat into play and covering it with like, you know, 3 Force of Wills or whatever. So, Skyclave isn't bad. Again, I really wish. Skyclave actually lets us double spell, so that's what we'll do. We'll start with the Thoughtseize. Interesting. I don't really like any of those. Wow, this is a set of cards to look at. What am I doing? I think because of how, like, I have the answer for Turok in play with Caracas, but I think the reality is that this hand can't really beat Turok with the rest of this going on, so I think I just take the Turok so I don't have to think about it. And then I'm going to cast this Skyclave into the potential. They could either force pitch Saurons or cast Saurons for another blue card. Oh, they choose not to do either. Okay, that's fine. That works for me too. And here is the ransom. Yep. All right, what do we got? Interesting. I think this is a case where I don't care. I don't really care about anything other than the threats. So if they decide to bin the threat for, if they decide this Murktide isn't good enough and they take these cards, then it's just one fewer Murktide in the deck that I have to beat, which is mostly what these come down to. So. Also importantly, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't take it, yeah, because they don't have a force. They don't have a blue card for the force to protect the Murktide unless they top deck one here. So. All right, man, I am not drawing the lands that I want to be drawing right now. Oops. Green and white. Force pitches brainstorm. Okay. Now that that's been forced, I don't hate double plowing either. Let's see if they haven't. I guess the problem is double plow is pretty bad into another bowmaster because I still can't really attack. So I think that risk might not actually be worth it to me. Maybe I just have to make them have it though. No, I don't like it. Yeah, I think making them force a plow does sort of make sense. Here's a Murktide. So that's a card to plow. Yeah, we can talk about that Thoughtseize tomorrow for sure. That's probably a good what's the play because I think there's arguments for basically any of the cards that you take. It's just kind of what you care most about. So this is the third Murktide, and we have 3 answers for it. Indeed, sure. So that's all the cards that we know about. Can you have double days right now? Am I realistically playing around double days? Huh. There's not really a drawback to... Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. I don't think there's a drawback to waiting. I'm not really using my mana doing anything else. Alright, that was easy. And now I just chill. So there could be a 4th Murktide. I don't think that there is. Okay. I could waste and Samwise here. Is that even worth? I think that's might just be. I think I'm just untapping, yeah, or untapping. I'm not actually untapping anything, but this Vista is a better reason to be Samwising. I just want my mana in play, which is why I was kind of hesitant to Wasteland when they have this much in play. With enough turns, eventually, yes, I will. I will get to put a get them to basically 0 lands in play, but that's like so far from now. It's getting forced. How about a Bowmaster? Probably probably has his own bowmaster. Um, because of that, I should have targeted the bowmaster, not the army token. Oh, murderous cut. That's fine then. I'm still getting triggers, so that's cool. And then I can put one more on this to be safe, but with my swords, the plowshares in hand, I think I just hit them. Yeah, cool. I think that worked well for me. And he's at 8 cards in hand on his end step, so he's going to have to discard one of them. Cool. All right. Cool. I will just swords this then. Keep the bowmaster as a follow-up threat. That's even better. Just cracking deed just for the orc army? Yeah, that's fine. Deal. How many bowmasters? That's just the second bowmasters. That's surprising. Hit the Caracas again. Oh, damn. My black source. That's smarter. Sacrifices a non-token creature. Yeah. You get my bowmasters. I think my 2/2 in play is more valuable than just keeping a bowmasters that dies to all of his bowmasters. Because he has 2 left in the deck, and there's only 13 cards, so it should be pretty easy for him to find them if he needs them. You got him. It's 3 beanstalks, but all your Murktide's gone. Oh, is this the last Murktide? Never mind. There is a 4th. And there are a whopping 2 Force of Wills left in his deck, so this might actually be a problem. We'll see. Alright, cool. No black source. Perfect. I think that I am just passing the turn. Days seems like a pretty decent likelihood, and I think I just want to abuse the fact that he is out of cards that can realistically win. Is going to be double Bowmaster the Skyclave is one of the best things you could do. Okay. I think I just have to respect Days and another Force here, unfortunately. Or do I? If he... I might not have to respect I guess I do. I do have to respect both. I just have to. I set the Thoughtseize. Yeah, it happened to Katie earlier. I didn't realize that watch streaks gave you extra channel points. It's pretty broken. Gross. Okay. Get rid of that Force of Will. So what was the rest of it? It was, okay, I can deal with a Wasteland as long as there's not a Daze that you put back on top. Is that changed? No, it does not change anything. Alright, no push, no edict. Powder keg. That doesn't do it. Powder keg does not do it. I'm at 1. Wow. His cast Recruiter and Mom and double block. I think that's the line. I believe that is officially all of the creatures in there in his deck. Yeah, that's all 4 Bowmasters. If it's 4 Bowmasters, 4 Murktides, and we haven't seen any other creatures, so I believe he's getting decked. And I'm up a minute on. Oh, there we go. Up a minute going into the game, into the third game. So let's see what happens. Deal. Keep. Easy Thoughtseize. I'm going to take your Thoughtseize. I'll take Witherbloom Command, I guess. Get rid of that. There we go. And Delta, sure. And Galdra. And Sash. It was probably fine toast. I think I just wanted to do it because taking cards away from them means it's more likely that the game takes longer. So I gotta go a little bit faster because he's definitely playing the clock well. Whoops, this X6 through my turn and not his somehow because that's just how Magic Online works. Oh, sure, whatever. He is playing the clock well. I'll give him that much. Who needs to cast spells? It's overrated. What is this? Murderous Cut. Yeah, sure. Whatever. This is probably worse than just passing, honestly. Yeah, they kind of suck, honestly. I am just F6ing at this point. There we go. I think I played the clock poorly at the end there. That sucks. I didn't expect him to play that clock so well. That was on me. Give me 1 second. Alright. Well, that's an annoying way to start it out. It's always weird how it feels like I'm F6ing about as well as my opponent is, but then they're just like they seem to be spending so much. Like Moto thinks that they have spent so much less of their clock than I have. I don't get it sometimes. Yeah, we almost certainly could have. I think I was focused on getting through the clock at the wrong times. I think I needed to just take a couple seconds earlier to play creatures out, like the Teeg and stuff like that, and then just start F6ing. I think I started F6ing just to, yeah, for sure. I definitely did not play to the board more aggressively. But yeah, it is a skill that it sucks that it matters ever. Yeah. Yeah, I think either we needed to play to the board more aggressively, or we just needed to play nothing, basically, and just not even spend time on our attacks. Because I think that's where we lost. That's where we lost most of the time. Was just literally declaring our attackers. We also certainly could have saved more time in game two, knowing where it was headed, but oh yeah, it's from Mario. I would like this more if I was on the play, for sure. I think it's double Thoughtseize against them is probably worth keeping. I'm assuming at least that he's playing Sticker Goblins. He is not playing Sticker Goblins. Never mind. Is he playing Doomsday? Am I getting got? I am getting got. He is playing Doomsday. Well, this double Thoughtseize might be even better. Or it might be worse. We'll see. Alright, I'm alive. What is going on over there? Oh. It is just Storm of some sort. Well, he shuffled off the Ponder. Just take the Relay. Relay isn't the best payoff against me, but I think it's still worth taking, especially when the hand doesn't do anything else anyway. Is it worth trying to Thoughtseize one of these? Yeah, because if he finds a payoff, then he's casting it. So, and I just take the... It is very likely the Cabal Ritual is going to make more mana, so I'm just going to take that. Yeah, and now we get to lure in the Lion's Eye Diamonds. We're gaming. So now it's just the Dark Ritual that's left. And another LED. Oh man, that's another card that we get to hit with Lauren. Oh my gosh. We're getting them. Uh-oh. I'm gonna laugh if this is like an empty for 4. I guess it's probably Beseech. Does this Beseech just kill us? No, it's Burning Wish. So it could... Could that still be Beseech? Oh, it's Echo of Eons. Okay, got it. That is really fucked up. If only we had this Vial on too. Come on, that's a bummer. Oh, we're alive. We're alive. Alright, can't lose. Let's get Thoughtseized for the 3rd time this game. Maybe I was supposed to Vial in Thalia here. Oh, never mind. Oh, no, I was supposed to Vial in Thalia. Yep. I goofed. I think we are I think we're casting the first Thalia, and then if something happens to it, then we have the second, or we just Vial in the Sash. Yeah, it's like close to the same, but this probably plays around the most like Burning Wish nonsense in particular is probably the thing we're most concerned about. Um, I think for that, I'm actually going to keep this on 2 because of that. This sash should be up to a 3/3, but I don't think that really changes the clock. So that's fine. All right. Bringing in all these therapies. I'll think about this, Lauren, but we're going to start by cutting the removal and the GT. And that brings us to 82. Legions for empty. I don't. Maybe, but I don't think so. I think we just cut 3 drops after that point. Neither Skyclave or Wisp are very good. We could probably maybe just cut another Skyclave for the Legion stashes, maybe. Well, actually, Wisp is probably worse. Yeah, that is something I'm trying to be mindful of too. I think in this matchup, I'm probably less concerned with that because most of the creatures I'm boarding out are pretty expensive. There might be an argument that like a Wisp is better than a Loran just because it has an extra power. And the Skyclaves and Lorans aren't actually killing things very often. I'll go for that. But yeah, the number of creatures we have to board out to make therapies to make room for the therapies is definitely something I'm like thinking of, especially in the control matchup. So I have to be pretty mindful of it. Unfortunately, this is nothing but 2 drops on the draw, so it is unkeepable. That is true. I did cut all the 3 drops. There we go. Finally keeps mulligan. This is more just 2-drops. At this point, we might just have to keep just 2-drops. It is definitely worth noting that we are mulliganing basically just to discard spells and not a whole lot, but we do have 8 of them, so seeing none in 7 is a little bit of a bummer. I think we just do that. And maybe we die and none of it matters. I guess we could also be mulling to surgical. And that's the other possibility. But surgical is pretty hit or miss. Tendrils of Agony has been imprinted onto Chrome Mox. That's pretty terrifying. There's a Beseech the Mirror being cast. Three blue, huh? What is this? Gaia's Will. Yeah, right. We saw no cards that would have been Storm hit. Surgical here would have done it, potentially, depending on what this brainstorm hits. We might have been able to beseech, or to surgical the beseech to strand this line, but it also depends. I'm curious what they're gonna try to win with the Tendrils Exile. Do they have a second one in their sideboard off a Burning Wish, maybe? Sure. I could also surgical rituals. Either way, it works. This is okay. I think I see what's happening. I think he's gonna beseech for Burning Wish. Burning Wish is going to get the draw half your deck spell. I think that's what's happening. No, okay, there we go. There is a Tendrils in the sideboard too. We have been got. And change nothing. I would love to play first. Here we go. Once again with Cauldron in the opener, but at least we get to put it on the bottom this time. And Thoughtseize into Thalia is pretty good. I hope that Romario is thinking, because he also has to mold a 6. Let's go. Start with the Scrublands. Get Thoughtseized. Oh wow, this hand is just awful. Okay. Uh, I guess we take the. If we just take the Echoing Truth, then play the Thalia. He needs to draw into an answer for Thalia and combo through it. So I think we just take the Echoing Truth. The Veil of Summer obviously still has text because of the Bowmaster in our hands, but I think now that we've gotten the Thoughtseize through, I think that's totally fine. There's Misty. Yep. Another Bowmaster is even better. This is going to get Savannah so we can cast the Teeg if we drop deck it. There's the Taiga. Lotus Petal. Deal. Okay, Surgical. Okay, I'll let that resolve. Maybe I'm supposed to just flash that in response. Grape Shot. Okay. Ooh. What are we wasting here? His hand's pretty awful. So we can't take him. Actually, I'm thinking now maybe we just Skyclave the pedal instead because the pedal's in play. What we wasteland doesn't really matter because they're going to have the mana to do it. But that might be a reason to put Skyclave into play because it is a 2/2, so it's less likely to die to the Grape Shot. Yeah. Yeah. And it'll be funny if he like Grape Shots Thalia, can somehow combo off after that, and then we just have the Surgical to kill him. 3 mana Grape Shot resolves. So there's two options here. Hit Underground Sea because it's the scariest card. Taiga is like kind of the worst lands, but notably if we waste this, then we get to Bowmaster them as soon as they crack this Misty. But that's probably not actually important, and we should just get rid of the black mana. Obviously, the Misty can also just get a black mana, but I'm guessing it can. Yeah, we've seen a Bayou, so we can at least get a Bayou. Yeah, first pickable limited removal spell Grape Shot. Yeah, true. The amount of black definitely could matter here. I am not going to cast the Bowmasters into the Veil of Summer that we know about. It would have been lethal. They veil. We get another plus one, but they don't veil. Take one more damage. He was at 3, right? Oh, I guess we do it end step. Okay, yeah, you're right. We might be able to ping him anyway. I haven't played against the Veil of Summer a lot, although apparently it's been happening more often lately. Sure. Alright, cool. We got there. Wait, what's going on? You'll have to enlighten me. I have no idea. Not sure what you're talking about, Adam. Oh, that's pretty sick actually. I did not realize. I will unfortunately. I guess since it's Jew only, I can't participate anyway. So never mind. I can't act like I have a choice. Kithkins, good creature type. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, welcome. Half key for Denver and the other half for what? Why? How? Okay. Does that mean some of them are one format and some are the other? Or am I different format each day? Okay. Isn't am I thought that you had to queue for an RC playing the same format of the RC, or is that wrong now? Or does that only count for RCQs specifically? Just for RCQs, not RC qualification in general? Okay. Got it. Does that mean, like, for example, um, like an NRG team event that's like Modern Pioneer Standard or whatever? Does that mean they don't get RC qualifications, or is that another exception because it's not really an RCQ specifically? Okay. Okay, that's what you meant by destination event. Got it. Okay, cool. Right, yeah. Many tiers. All right, we're gonna try this again. That was 4 whole minutes. That was way too long. I like playing in big events, but I don't even think I would like. If I qualified for an RC, maybe I would go to one. You know, like if I was going to an RCQ, certainly, like I am going there kind of for that purpose. But if I just like happen to get a qualification from a bigger event that I wanted to do, I'm not sure if I would even go. It probably depends where it is and what the costs are. Also, probably depends if DreamHack is still running them and they're surprising people with 10 rounds day ones. I would rather die. Gotcha. Yep. What is going on, Legacy Q? There we go. That's better. Interesting hands. Interesting hands. Swords and Wasteland are okay early interaction. Recruiter gets whatever we need, but I think this hand is just a little too clunky for being a 5-lander. This is a little bit better. Emphasis on a little bit. I like that we have this. We had the Savannah in both of those hands. Oh, excuse me. Polluted Delta again, huh? That's the third Polluted Delta deck in a row. It's just Delver. Maybe Delver. I maybe could have afforded to play around days on this hand. Not totally sure. Oh boy. Ooh boy. It's just got to be this Brainstorm, right? I'm not playing into these removal spells like ever. They desperately need Brainstorm to fix this hand. Technically, Questing Druid's like the only threat. I could just take that, but I think that's worse than just stranding them with a hand that has a lot to do and nothing to do with it. They have a lot of alternate arts in their hand as well, yeah. Wow, so lucky. uh, I mean, I guess it's not getting any better, really. I know that they get to seek the beast here, but it forces them to do it, and it might just end up being bad. What did they exile? They exiled Murktide DRC. Got it. I think that I just want to take the force. I do have to be a little bit worried about my life total with these 2 lightning bolts in their hands, but as long as my swords against the DRC resolves, I probably have like plenty of time to work through that, especially with this recruiter getting a Stoneforge. Yeah. There's the DRC. And now we know what they drew, so I can let them surveil, and then I'll just swords it. And they mill a daze for me. Perfect. This is a great example of how Thoughtseize sometimes just like obliterates your fair opponent. Oh, they just hit Bolt Questing Druid. Yep, they are dead. Yeah, so Thoughtseize is good. If you've read one of my articles, you'll know that some people like to talk about Thoughtseize like it's really for combo, and no, it's for everything. It's for dunking on everybody. Living weapons, huh? They just love being in my opener. Alright, this is much better. Savannah, again, get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. Oh, excuse me. Let's be careful there, Adam. You got a daze? You got a daze, buddy? No, you don't. Of course you don't. They do not shuffle with the ponder, and they play basic islands. Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. No, we should have gotten planes off the heath. I think I've been good. I've been a lot better about that lately, so I'm surprised that I just kind of glossed over that one. Yeah, you got it. Ooh. It wasn't Scrublands that it was upset about. It was I fucked myself. To be clear. Um, not every rug list only has one tropical island, but a lot of them only have one tropical island, so I'm going for it. Especially because like they're not putting any pressure on me. I think I have the time to do that. Yeah, wasting with Vile, obviously, a lot better. That is for sure. Alright, other trop revealed. I feel like 2 might be the max. We'll see. So I could swords now. I think... oh yeah, I am supposed to just swords now. I don't think I'm playing around... I guess I could untap and play around double days, potentially. Is that worth it? I guess there's not really a big reason not to. So I think I can just wait. Yeah, the third trop would also surprise me. play out the Caracas, I guess. It's probably just going to be a force and not dazes anyway, but just in case. Alright, cool. We got there. Also drew another Vista, so our mana was never a problem. We're just good at this game. So I could vial in the Bowmaster here, but I don't know that pinging them for an extra damage is worth the possibility of Bowmasters being answers to Delvers and DRCs, so I'm just going to play patiently with it. Sure. I guess. That's fine. Yeah. If you're just casting oof, that's a deal for me. I gotta take this up, I think. Ooh. I think I do want a Thoughtseize here. Wish I had 2 black sources in play right now. But I think we'll live. Days. Nice Veil of Summer. I guess I just take the days. It means we can cast Yorion next turn. And they can potentially use Oof plus a Bolt to trade. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, deal. Or who knows? I'll just draw a Skyclave or a Solitude. Oh. Well, how about a Solitude? Forces out a... Oh, they don't use it. Alright, cool. I was going to say, it forces out a removal spell on the Solitude while the... Yeah. I am perfectly fine with everything that's happening right now. Alright. Got lots of Bowmasters going on. Hopefully they draw, like, a Brainstorm before they draw... Alright, well, I've wasted 2 Trops, so that might just be it. We'll see. Brazen Borrower, sure. I'll cast the first Bowmaster on that. I wonder if they scoop... Okay, yeah, they do scoop to it, in fact. And that was another great example of why Thoughtseize is great against fair decks, because sometimes you just see you know how to play around literally everything they can be doing, and that's pretty cool too. As someone who has spent a decade just doing guesswork on what could be in my opponent's hand, it's nice to just sometimes know. You can just know that if they, yeah, you know, that they will just spend 7 cards to answer 1, and yeah, feels good. I was wondering if someone was going to mention Gataxian Probe. No. Mm-mm. No, thank you. Gataxian Probe has committed enough sins. I think the worst one that happened to me was it was a win-in for a top 8 at an SCG Open. This would have been back in 2013, 2014, I think. I was playing against Belcher. It was my second time playing Belcher because there was just so much in the room for some reason. And game 3, I have Thalia, I think. I'm on the draw or something. I don't remember exactly. But my opponent goes mulls to 6, turn 1 pass, turn 2 probe into their first mana source to kill me. And that'll always sting. This hand is very awkward. I think if this Caracas was any other land, I would be more willing to keep it, but I think this is just not right. This I'm more into. I think I just put back the Sash. If it's a good Sash matchup, I'll Stoneforge for it. We do have Gataxian Probe at home. Alright, I'm playing this Mom. There is a single Samwise. That is a Luanil inclusion that I may keep around, may not, we'll see. But it is definitely an attractive card to play alongside Cabal Therapy because you sacrifice a real creature and you just get it back with Sam. What is happening? What is happening? Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's the other benefit of Sam. Yeah, is that we get to have extra complaint equity every time we draw it because it should be the Scarab Swarm. So I think we are just swording the Voidwalker. We could let them get the... No, I think this is just right. Just don't give them the opportunity to cast a Mom. Because if I like play the Stoneforge and then they cast Mom and grief me, then I'm like not in a good way. So I think I just do that. I think this makes sense. That's annoying. $18. That is also annoying. Okay, that makes my choice easy. Caracas is nice here also because then I can just do this and then still have a Heath next turn. Yeah, cool. No, it is. It is in fact not the mirror. Oh, whoa. Okay, I did not. I should have expected the ephemerate. That might be on me. Because this is definitely the black white scam deck that plays ephemerate and reanimate. I'm definitely gonna miss Containment Priest in this. Wait, why did you what? That's not how that works at all. What did you think you were doing, friend? Thank you? I recognize that again. I could just be doing this at instant speed, but this 3/3 army is really annoying. Hmm. Uh, I think I'm just casting a 2/2 Skyclave and a Vial, and then hopefully we draw like a Solitude next turn would be nice. I don't think going for Yorion really matters here because they have the stupid Caracas. So yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. Exile nothing. Get a swamp here to cast the Vial. And cross our fingers. We at least have 2 more draw steps. From what we know of right now, at least. I will take 3 damage. I won't be happy about it, but I will take 3 damage. That would have given us some number of extra turns. So that's a sad one to lose. This is very annoying. Can we afford to go down to 1? Probably not. I think if we go down to 1, we just lose. Oh, right, yep. We literally lose. Thank you, deck, for all of the lands. So we're boarding in removal. Battle of Bywater is probably good against them, and that might be it. I'm not really sure. Oh, Rest in Peace is probably good. Might just be a classic board out. I guess it's probably Lauren 3 Thalia again. Do they have any artifacts? I don't think they do. Sometimes they have Vial. I think I remember like the very, very early lists had Vial in it. I don't know if they do anymore though. That might be a good enough reason. Let's just leave it at that. I would love to play first. Oh, that was a little terrifying. I don't like when Moto lags as soon as you click a button. Cauldra, go away. Okay, we might just be losing this one. Okay. This is something. I think we put back Scrubland and a... It's one of the 3-drops. I'm not sure which. Battle is really good. I think my main concern with Battle is that it's a card that needs to stay in our hand for a while. And they have a lot of ways to discard it. And at least Recruiter is a card that we can get, that we have a reason to play early. So I think I'll do that. It's also just better if they like don't have anything going on, although I don't expect that to be the case. So we'll start with the Thoughtseize. Interesting. Let's top deck a Cabal Therapy, please. But I'm pretty sure I'm taking this Thoughtseize. This Plague Engineer they just don't really matter that much, yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Damn. Tried. Alright, now we need to draw our 3rd lands, please. Third land, third land, third land, not third land. Okay. And they played them, yeah, the Marsh Flats. Alright, I'm happy enough if they're waiting on the Plague Engineers. It's going to be annoying if this is a... Okay, it's not. I was going to say, it's going to be annoying if it is a... What is the word I am looking for? That word is opposition agent. But I think we just have to live with that possibility. And of course you have a wasteland too. Oh, get out of here. Stoneforge going away makes sense. It's just card just gonna kill me. There's the Scrubland and the first Plague Engineer, presumably. Yep. in a very kind of annoying spot where we want to draw both lands. Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say. Yeah, I'm just going to Cauldron them. Okay. Goodbye, Cauldron. Didn't use our mana into the face up waste and one unknown. Oh, do you mean just like casting the recruiter into it? Maybe we're supposed to. I'm not sure. Give me a white source. That's a white source. So they know we have a wisp. So they're probably not putting the Cauldron into play until they deal with the wisp. How's it going, Virgo? This is rough. So if we just wisp the Stoneforge, that could be a way to get some stuff onto the board, but it means that they have free reign to Voidwalker the Cauldron into play, which pretty much forces us to Solitude it, to Solitude the Germ. Also, they have the Engineer to kill the Wisp, so I'm then going to be relying on a Stoneforge that's put in like a Batterskull that's going to die to the first Plague Engineer, and then I don't know if I'll have the mana. And then I'm like banking on drawing lands or them not having a removal spell so that I can like pick up the Batterskull and put it back in. If I just pass, if I'm passing, I'm putting Yorion into my hand. One possibility is I just Solitude the Voidwalker now, and then I Wisp the Stoneforge, and then they need to get another Voidwalker before that Cauldron coming into play becomes a concern. Jite is in the deck. We have Jite, Sash, and Batterskull are all in. I could cast a Recruiter into the Plague Engineer to get something else, like a Skyclave maybe. That might not be bad, actually. A Skyclave could kill the Voidwalker, block the Plague Engineer. I'm almost certainly... I'm spending this 3 mana on something. I think I'm going to cast Recruiter into this to get a Skyclave because it gives me the best thing to do next turn. I should have just attacked there because this can't block. Sure. None of it ever mattered. Okay, they are choosing not to put Cauldron in. This might work out. This might work out. I mean, this was a mold. Don't forget, this was a mold of 5. It's a mold of 5 against the Thoughtseize Grief deck. So don't look at this game as an example of anything. Likely story. Plague Engineer on core. Yeah, makes sense. Um, let's just find another Solitude, Skyclave, Swords, Wisp would all be fine. Land is not what I wanted. I guess land is okay as long as the next card is also a land. And importantly, not a fetch land. Because I need both these creatures in play to... Okay, never mind. Again, nothing mattered. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Super dead. Yeah, that was a mold of 6 and a mold of 5 against the deck that rips your hand apart. And my mold of 5, or the first game was pretty close. I just kind of flooded after getting my stone. I guess it was my Stone Forge that got swords, which is like a critical card in this matchup because you need to be able to stabilize against all their dumb stuff. And I just couldn't because my Stone Forge got taken and then I just drew lands. Solitude on the Engineer on core, trade in combat for the Grief. That may have been better. I guess that makes Wisp a better draw because if you get that Skyclave traded off, then Wisp on the Illusion is good. Where if when we had done that Solitude play, then when we get rid of the Grief, then Wisp on the Skyclave looks worse because I guess we're still like trading a creature, and at least they're only getting a 2/2. So that there's a possibility that Wisp is a better draw if we take that trade. All right, let's close it up. What do we got? Another double Karakas hands with a black spell. And if these Thalias aren't good, this hand is garbage, huh? Deck is really giving it to us today. We have 18 black sources in our deck. The second Thalia can just be pitched to Solitude. No, this hand just isn't what I'm looking. Oh my god. Okay. I have had like I think there's been have I had a vial opener actually? I'm curious. Just I was trying to compare vials to living weapons in my opening hands. Um, but I think the number of oh my god. All right, we're keeping it. Holy shit, Cauldra, go away. I'm gonna take Grist here because um, it's just the scarier card. I can deal with the Fiend Artisan easily. Um, if I draw a white source in my next 2 draws, then I get to just Skyclave it. If I have to Solitude it, that's also fine. It's not amazing, but like it's fine. That's not really what I wanted, but actually, I'm just pitching this Thalia to the Solitude if I need to. Yeah, thankfully they don't have that many good cards, and we already got rid of one of them, so we might be okay. And they used Misty, okay. Oh, also the Thalia was just going to get Bowmastered anyway, so. Yep. You have bogged us. Wait, now you can't cast Fiend Artisan. Are you just holding up Bowmasters? Sure. Nice. So I think I'm just going to spend this turn putting Yorin in my hands. And thankfully, I know that this is not a Wasteland matchup, so I can just get all Scrublands. Mm-hmm. And now I just need... They've seen 2 draw steps, and I just need one of them to not be Gaia's Cradle, basically. Or not Gaia's Cradle, Natural Order. Fiend Artisan resolves. I think one of them, one of the draws may have been Natural Order. We might still be alive. We Solitude the Crater Hoof and 9, 10. Yeah, we're still alive. We take 12, we go to 4. I have to cast this Skyclave on a suboptimal target, unfortunately, but and I don't want to wasteland the Cradle here because I really need to. I need this Yorion to be a card to put it simply. So, and if I wasteland, I'm just never casting it. Certainly not casting it on time. All right, still crossing the fingers a little bit here. Most Cradle control builds only have one Bowmaster, so I don't think I have to worry about any surprise damage. Or at least I should say the most popular builds or most successful ones. Oh, they have. Okay, well, Atraxa is annoying, but we have a lot of answers to it. And they reveal a bunch of things, a lot of endurances. So, I'm guessing it's going to be like Once Upon a Time, Endurance, Fetch Lands, Green Sun Zenith. Yeah, that's the build that they're on. The most popular lists have been uh, for endurance main. So they kept. Oh, I clicked off one of the endurances. Whoops. So it's this. That's their hand plus an endurance. Source to Plowshares would be fine. Caracas would be great. Flicker Wisp doesn't. Technically we live a turn. Do we live? We don't live a turn because they can just Green Sun for. I guess I'll make them do it. They might not actually have another Grist in their deck. Actually, not a lot of lists now only have the one. So if they don't have it as a Green Sun target, and we just get to chump block the Atraxa, then that's another turn. Oh sure, yeah, they can endurance it back. That's fair. Well, I'll make him do it. Well, now they don't have the mana to do that, so. Okay, we have learned that they have 2 Grist in their deck. Alright. Unfortunately, another matchup where we're missing Containment Priest. Let's get rid of all these stinkers. I feel like I probably want some number of Cabal Therapy. Over Skull and Sash, I believe. Probably over Wisp. Do I want to cut another card? Maybe? This isn't really a great Samwise matchup either. I might not want the full 4 therapy because this is notably a matchup where my opponent will run out of cards more often. Because they don't, aside from Atraxa, they just don't have a way to get more. They're just like kind of emptying their hand as soon as possible. So I think I might not even want. I guess maybe 3 is good enough. We'll try 3. I don't really like this is no real interaction. We're just like, yeah. I think this curves out well, but we don't really need to curve out here. We just need to not die, and this hand doesn't do a good job of not dying. I think it's a very disciplined mulligan there. This is somewhat better. I can keep this, and I think just bottom the Wisp. We'll start with the Mom. We'll cast the Thoughtseize next turn. Well, that's annoying. um, because I really want to cast both Thoughtseize and D&Teeg with this mana can't. But I think we just cast the Teeg here. I don't think it's particularly close, especially with the mom out. Like, that's just too good. Yeah, seriously, where is that bio? It's really bad, except for all the times where it's not. Is Fiend Artisan? Yeah, it's Fiend Artisan. Oh, no other mana, huh? I think that's an easy just... We could pitch Yorion instead of Battle. I think we would probably rather have Yorion, though. Yeah. Yeah. There's another forest. As long as it's not a Fiend Artisan, I really don't care. Yep, it's nothing. Cool. Nice. Now I get the Thoughtseize then too. Endurance. You got it. Oh, wow. Their hand is not good against D&Teeg right now, huh? What do I take? So it's either Oof or Halfling. 1SPKY, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we're not taking any of these cards. Either taking Oof or Halfling. This Endurance puts a pretty big damper on our ability to attack. I'm probably just gonna chump for a little, or not chump, but I'll just like use Mom to block for a little bit. I guess if we take Oof, then they can't really. I guess yeah. So if we take Oof, first off, Jite is an amazing top deck. Second, it also means that they can't attack with Endurance and then safely block, because Teeg doesn't need protection to attack into Hierarch plus Halfling. So I think it comes down to the combat math here more than... Yeah, we take the Oof. Also just the most unique card by far, so... Yep. Perfect. And they recognize that they cannot attack. Oh, baby. Let's go. What are we getting here? Skyclave on the Endurance clears the way the quickest. Stoneforge for Kaldra kills the quickest. Um, I think we go for Stoneforge because it's the one that's most immune to their top decks, realistically. Like if we just Skyclave the Endurance and then they have another Endurance, then like we're just back in the same spot. But Stoneforge will just invalidate everything they're doing one way or another. Also higher likelihood of a double spell here. What do you know? That's a really good double spell too, because this means that we can... I'm just going to kill this now so that they don't have the ability to cast a Bowmaster if they draw one. Who's the guy's Cradle deck now, huh? Three, four. What is this? Okay. D&Teeg is pretty good in this matchup, huh? It's also funny that a lot of times their removal is Snuff Out, which not only do they not have a swamp, they can't cast it with Teeg out anyway. Alright, Cauldron, let's go. There's like no reason not to cast this, honestly. I'm just gonna take the Green Sun Zenith first. There's the Atraxa in their hands. Curious, curious. I think we just have to flash that back because these halflings make it kind of actually close for them casting it. Atraxa. Oops. Atraxa. It's Grand Unifier. That Atraxa. Alright, so now they're back to Force of Vigor, Natural, or nothing else. Yep, if they draw... They just have to draw a black source, really, and then they can cast it, yeah. Speaking of black source, that's a grist. We can cast that. They are currently overpaying for it by a lot, but that's okay. Grist resolves. They can create an insect. They mill a land, sure. Nice. Yeah, this is worth it just to get the damage in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to attack Grist with the Germ, and then these at them. I'll keep the Bowmaster back, yeah. Glad to hear it. It's still testing. You know, we're not close to anything definitive yet, but it's been a pretty good card so far. You usually have a lot of creatures in play to sacrifice to it, which is nice. Can I get a land for Yorion, please? No. That's something. I'll take it. Cool. Alright, that D&Teeg was pretty dang good. I don't think we change anything. Uh, yeah, keeping it. There are things about the 60 card days I miss, but man, this deck is just so powerful. I miss the fact that Flicker Wisp tricks happened a lot more. Um, but I do think it's certainly important to recognize that if that was the best thing our deck did still, D&T would not be remotely playable. The power level of the format's just way too high. Um, this hand doesn't really do anything again. So I've got to mulligan this. Ugh. Draw basically any land in the first two draw steps, and this is like amazing. I think we also like Thoughtseize Therapy is definitely some of our best cards to cast if we're only on 1 mana. I think we keep. It definitely could go wrong, but I think this is probably on average better than a 5. See, it was totally fine. It was never a problem. All right, what do you got going on over there? Thoughtseize Opposition Agent Reclaimer. I don't care about Thoughtseize against this hand. We're just taking the Opposition Agent here so that I can cast my Stoneforge. Because they're almost certainly, if they're not holding up mana for the Opposition Agent, they're just going to like play a Reclaimer Thoughtseize us. So annoyingly, this therapy might not ever do anything. But I think that is... Well, yeah, I guess the thing is like it would be maybe be cooler to like take the Reclaimer they thought sees us, or and then they like hold up mana for Opposition Agent, and then we get to like therapy, force them to cast the agent, and then take the Thoughtseize. But I think that's worse than just like making sure that we get the value out of these cards that they can't really beat. So yeah, we are getting Thoughtseized, and our hand is pretty redundant. Just take the therapy. There's a time where elves played Cabal Therapy in their sideboard. It was pretty good in that deck for pretty much the same reason it's good in ours. Oh, they actually took it. Interesting. Okay. That surprises me. Reclaimer is only... Okay. Yeah, I'm going for Cauldron. There's the Arbor. Okay, you 100% have a Bowmasters in your hands. That's what I'm hearing. Ooh. gonna put this into play, and then I think I am flashing this back on them. And I'm naming either Bowmaster or I'm naming... Okay, I'm not naming Bowmaster, then I'm just naming Natural Order. Reclaimer, sure, okay. In that case, I just... There's no real value to be gained in wastelanding them. Do I have to stay back as a blocker? I think I do, actually. I send them down to 12, they can hit me back down to 7. Or to 8. Yeah, I think I need to just stay healthy here. Because once I cast Stoneforge for the Jite, then the game kind of ends. I also need, yeah, yep, we're just going to stay back. Did they top deck Natural Order? No. This is a green sun? It's a green sun for 2. Okay. For 2. That's interesting. Oh, Masked Vandal. Okay, that's a problem. Thankfully, they did not put them... They tapped wrong so that they couldn't cast the Reclaimer in their hands. So that gives us a little bit of breathing room. 2-drop would be great. That's not a... That works, actually. That's fine. But yeah, we got to get this Jite here to stabilize. Okay. Okay, let's see. So definitely blocking here. This would be 1, 2. This would be 4 damage. I could block here. I don't want to block the Arbor because I don't want to make them... I don't want to get them closer to these Reclaimers being 3/4s. That's going to be a big potential problem. So with this I go down to 5. But what am I drawing to really? That's the thing I gotta realize. I gotta figure out. Skyclave on a Reclaimer would be okay. Solitude doesn't work because we don't have 5 lands. I mean, it would be nice if we had Batterskull on the deck, actually. I think, yeah, we have to do this trade. They just have so many creatures in play. We can recruit for something. This might be the so if we Jite attack, they double block, Stoneforge dies. We could finish off both Reclaimers and then go down to 2. Or no, we could only finish off 1. Yeah, so I think what we do here is recruit for a Solitude. Yeah, I think we need a Solitude to stabilize here. We'll use this last 2 mana to put in the Jite after Stoneforge blocks. This Recruiter is probably going to be jump blocking a Reclaimer here. Probably, yeah, reclaiming the forest into an arbor if I had to guess. Yep. That is a messed up top deck. That kills us. All right. Yep, that gets us. Bowmasters was the other thing I was thinking about. My main concern there is that I don't think it doesn't realistically get us out of having to just jump block with our whole board every turn. And that's what Solitude does, get you out of that. And I think that's the main reason to get it over something like Bowmasters, because Bowmasters is just going to kill. The only thing it can kill is a Dryad Arbor, which again gets to the point where those Reclaimers are on that turn attacking for 3/4s. We could just ping face and have 2 1/1s in play, but that's again just not really getting you anywhere. Yeah, unfortunately, after their hands was really bad to start, but I think they just had the right draws after that to put enough pressure on us, which is unfortunate. Also, that Masked Vandal blew us out. I have not seen Masked Vandal in that deck in a while. That might, if that becomes more regular, that's probably going to be a good enough reason to at least keep a Batterskull in over potentially one of the therapies or one of the other cards we boarded out. Unfortunate night tonight, but this was a game. This was a match we basically won, other than the annoying. We lost the clock at the end, and it was like 15 seconds to 0 seconds or whatever. It was really close. Mold to death. Mold also kind of a lot, but yeah, that last game was like pretty close until it just wasn't. So it happens. We did board in 2, 3, and 4 therapies, I think. Am I right about that? Maybe we didn't board in 2, but we definitely boarded in 3 and 4. So this card is really fun to cast, and I'm going to keep casting it for a while. Definitely could have been scary against Romario when he was playing Storm, because all the Storm hate is gone. But thankfully we were able to steal game 1 so that we didn't need to have Mind Break traps on the draw in game 3. So that was really nice. We could actually mull to our discard spells. So yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. Let me see if anybody is around to raid. See if anybody's playing some Legacy of their own. Oh, Romario's playing Legacy. All right, perfect. Let's raid him. Thank you, everyone, for coming. If you are a regular, as always, if you're new for the first time, thank you. I stream every Thursday and Sunday, 9 Eastern, always playing some form of D&T. Currently just playing around with stuff after Eternal Weekends, and seeing where we can iterate the deck next. And Cabal Therapy is our current brainworm that we're working through. So you can also find links to my Patreon and my YouTube channel where I post all the VODs. If you type, my bot posts it every now and then, but if you just go like !Patreon, then you'll get in the description there, it'll have links to everything else. So thank you for stopping by. We're going to raid Romario, and I hope you all have a good evening.